What's going on, everybody? Here goes another episode of Cels Lounge. I'm your host, Cels, and I'm here today with my family, my brother. He's been doing some big things. We're going to have ourselves a drink and talk about a few things. So let's give it up for my brother, Clemmy. How you doing, man?
Still fat, man, and hanging around, man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it, man.
I can't be too mad at too much. How's it doing, brother? You all right, man?
I am doing all right, man. Just trying to get my shit going, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get the mind expanding on some shit to where, like, I don't got to worry about anybody else. This is all me. So, you know, at my own pace.
And you got alcohol, man. I got alcohol. That's the best combination, man. You got those two together.
So I see that you got, I got you some bourbon?
Yeah, I'm drinking some bourbon today, you know what I'm saying? I ain't took no drink off camera because I'm that kind of authentic kind of nigga. I want to make sure I start my drinking and then I don't want to be too drunk.
Right, well, I already been drinking, so we going to see how good I can interview. And we just going to keep it going. I was barbecuing earlier, and I always got to have me something to drink when I barbecue.
I always gotta have me some barbecue when I'm drinking.
So I'm actually gonna do these halfway because I already got half that bottle going right there. So before we get started, cheers to you, brother, for coming on the platform.
You already know, man.
Let's go ahead and get this shit in. I know how long you've been rapping, but give the audience some background. Like, give it like a quick synopsis.
I won't say all my life. I say that I've been, well, okay, maybe all my life, but taking it serious not till like senior year in high school. So before then, I used to just rap, you know what I'm saying, at the tables and, you know, junior high school, stuff like that. But I never really thought that I could really rap per se. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, the culture was different back then. Back then, people who could rap really rapped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You had to be super talented to rap. And I don't know if this makes any sense. Like, I could rap, but that's a difference between you could rap and you could rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always just thought, like, I mean, I could do that. Look, I can do that. So watch, you know, I do it. But I never thought I could do it to a level of people who actually did it. You know what I'm saying?
So when you finally got it in your head that this was the key, like,
I didn't get it in my head. Like, Philly put that in my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I was in a group with these cats, the Hollow Boys.
The Hollow Boys, yeah.
And but before all that, you know, Philly was the one that just, you know, he called me and he had this song. He like, man, I got this song for us. He was living in Mississippi. Like, I'm gonna be back in town. We gotta do it. And he's like, it's called Feeling Clemmy. And he rapped it, and I'm like, I can't rap like that. I can't know that song. Hell no. He like, you can rap like that. You just don't know you can. But I heard you rap. You just don't think you can. I'm like, no, man, I just be rapping, man. You rap. You know what I'm saying? So that was the difference. And we did that song, and then the rest was history. You feel me?
That's what's up. Basically, someone else, I don't want to say that someone else seen your potential, but to a degree, someone else was like...
Because people used to tell me, like, people used to be like, Clemmy rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a thing. But me rapping, and like I said, and being able to rap for real, it's just two different, in my head, it was two different things. Because, you know what I mean? I'm a music head, so like I listen to all music, right? So even like all genres of music, even like all rap music. So that was a thing, you know. So back in the day, you had East Coast rap music, you had down South rap music, you had West Coast rap music, and a lot of people only listen to one kind of music.
Right.
So if that was what you listen to, people listen to East Coast, they just listen to East Coast. You know what I'm saying? People listen to that, they just listen to that. So I kind of liked everything. You know what I'm saying? I liked it all. The R&B, the old R&B, the jazz, the rap, the everything. The spoken word, you know what I'm saying? I did poetry. I did a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I was just intrigued by a lot of it. So.
And it's actually, when I think about like your catalog of music, I mean, you got a lot of shit out there for one. It's very hard to keep track of the arsenal, you know. But just out of all the categories that you didn't display, I done heard at least one track that symbolizes them genres.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
that's the musical palette. Like I take pride in. You know, I be telling my kids all that. Don't be going around in this world embarrassing me like I ain't taught y'all how to
right.
It's good music now.
Right.
These kids that you go bumping into, they might not know. They might know these new guys, but make sure you know where that come from. Make sure you know the people who inspired them people to rap, you know, and then them people who got inspired from them to do their thing, you know. Don't be so closed-minded to listening to things. So I think that's a big thing about people being closed-minded to the new music. Like, I might not be exposed to as much of the new music because of the younger kids, but I try to listen to everything.
Right.
Just to, whether it's my cup of tea or not, just so I won't be in the dark. You know.
Still be in the know.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, I just seen an interview with Timberland, and he said something that was like shocking to me. Like, he was in his own element to where like he wasn't feeling like the new age for a while.
For a while, yeah.
And then it kind of kicked in because basically he said that he knew that he had to step his game up when people wasn't coming to him for beats.
You're gonna be a dinosaur. Like he was saying, one time he was getting $500,000 for a beat.
Right.
And then it got to a point where nobody was coming to get his beats. You feel me? That'll turn you into a dinosaur. This shit evolves.
And he said his kids kind of helped him to get to that new, where he's at now.
My kids helped me. My kids help me. That's how I be finding out who all these new little young niggas that my kids be. Reese the one. Reese listen to everybody. You ain't heard little baby too fat? Like, who the fuck? He hard, daddy. He hard. I remember my first time listening to Eminem. Came over to your house.
Hey,
we went to the mall across the street and you bought his tape. And everybody, he had the My Name Is video out, so everybody just thought he was a funny white dude rapping. You know what I'm saying? And you hadn't even listened to the tape. You went to work. You came home, and I was like, bro, you gotta listen to what the fuck this dude is saying, man. Yo, this is incredible.
That Slim Shady tape was a lot of, when I was trying to tell people about him then.
Yeah, they didn't want to hear. When you came home, I remember saying, I said, this might be the best rapping I've ever heard anybody do.
Right.
And you like, what? I'm like, I'm serious. Like, he is rapping on this joint. Like, this is crazy. Like, I was excited about it. It was still on tape. You bought the tape. We didn't have CDs. It was a tape.
When it comes down to, this is one thing that kind of been not gonna say it's been bothering me, but it's just kind of like been in the head. In our era, when it came down to people freestyling, like, it was freestyle off the top. We're in the era now to where, like, you see videos on social media talking about the so-and-so freestyle. And it's like, but that, I mean, it's a freestyle of written lyrics off on various beats. Yeah. And when I first got hip to it years ago, I'm thinking, like, this ain't freestyle. Like, this clearly ain't freestyle. It's dope.
Ain't nobody fuck it up.
Right. It's clearly not. I mean, it's dope, but, like, it kept going. Like, how did we transition from? I mean, I'm not. I don't want to say that it's bad.
Why. No, I will tell you why. It became more popular because it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, the regular freestyle we come up from, you just rapping off the top of your head, but the majority of people can't do that. So you gonna keep hearing ciphers where niggas is saying the same shit and all that. But it's entertaining when a motherfucker is spitting some shit that you ain't never heard, right? And they not fucking up, and it's dope, and you like, wow, that's a freestyle. You feel me? So and the term even was interpreted different. Like, some people, freestyle was coming off the top. These people, freestyle is a rap that you've never put on wax.
Ultimately, that's like the definition.
The definition. You didn't put that. I ain't never put this on wax. Y'all ain't heard this. It's mine. I'm rapping this, and that's more entertaining.
Yeah.
A motherfucker know what they saying. They got better metaphors and similes. You know what I'm saying? And especially if a person can. What's the most dangerous person in the world? Is like a nigga like Charlie Clips, who can go in and out of the writtens. So you can go into your freestyle out of your written. That's a style right there. Because it's tough to do. It's tough to do. A lot of people train of thought don't allow them to deter from what they got going on because it'll mess them up. So that's a. I mean, it's art. All that shit is art and the evolution of music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know some people who can just freestyle that it sound like it's written, which is dope, you know what I'm saying? But that's a very small group of people and human beings, you know what I'm saying, that can do that, who can just sit here for hours and just freestyle, and you'd be like, man, he had to have written that, but he talk about everything that's right here, like, he just good. It's a guy that I follow, I just started following, who do it like on Vegas. Yeah. And he out there with the mic in Vegas, and he freestyle about everybody in the crowd. Every day, that's how you make his money.
I've been seeing some of them, like, videos of, like, street performers. That be doing that. Yeah, it's definitely a craft.
It's the way your mind works. It's got to be a way that your mind works. Your mind has to be equipped to do something like that.
Right.
Freestyle is a big thing, right? even just ciphering, even if he wasn't freestyling, but just ciphering was such a huge part of the culture.
Yeah.
And then we dropped an album, a Violent Giant album. We skipped a little bit. We dropped a Violent Giant album, and the day we dropped it, I was in Atlanta at one of the core DJ conferences. And man, I was there all night, and nobody was ciphering. And I'm like, how are
really?
And, those conferences are all musicians. Everybody's there for music. They got the performers. They got all the DJs. I'm like, how is nobody showcasing their talent? How do people, like, I felt like I'm out of the loop. Like, wow, do people not cipher no more?
Really?
Oh, it was crazy, man. It was insane. Not one cipher.
Wow.
And you know me, I shine. Those are my glory shines. It's a cipher. Let me get in here. So, because, I don't look like I could rap. And then when I be rapping, people are like, oh, shit, this fat nigga can rap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like waiting for that to pop up. Never did. And, I think I equate that to, and not saying this as a diss or nothing, but it's the reason why more people do music now. Because you don't have to be talented to make good music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I could make a good song without being as talented as you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and that
and
right
that's the
there
difference.
is
Since I got a hit
popular.
record, but when I'm around here, I'm not ciphering. I don't know how to do that. That's not what I do. You feel me? I get in the studio and make a great record.
Right.
Which is still dope. I mean, because there's a lot of great records that came out like that, but still the essence of it, man. I hate that is like people are missing that feeling. You know what I'm saying? The younger generation, you're missing that feeling if you're not ciphering, if you're not getting in there and exercising, even trying. Because even when people back in the day, people he couldn't even rap, still cipher. They still tried to freestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's fun and games.
And that's a missing art form right there. I remember I went to a Wu-Tang concert years ago. I went to go see RZA and Ghostface, and it was at the St. Andrews Hall.
Andrews,
I
they
went
put
out
my
there.
dude on stage, man, and he was rapping. Was Genius there? With the Jizza, was he there?
Shit, this was probably like 2001, 2002.
Oh, no, okay,
it was way back.
Okay.
But the thing that shocked me the most, I'm not even gonna say it shocked me, but it was like it was so dope to see. You had mosh pit crowds and you had break dancers,
for sure,
all in the same area.
Yeah, it's the backpackers, man. The elements, the arts. That's what and they love it. And what's crazy about that is that crowd still exists. They still come out for shows. They still, you know what I'm saying? So I love that. You feel me? The problem is the people who have that crowd don't get the radio play. They don't get the TV. They don't get the exposure. You know what I'm saying? But what's dope is that like the Griselda niggas have that crowd and they're kind of mainstream too, you know what I'm saying? Which has never really been like that's like kind of been a thing like. But since Wu-Tang was mainstream, of course, but it was still an underground thing. You know what I'm saying? But since then, usually people who are in that lane, they don't get the radio play. They don't get the, you know what I'm saying? The big like how a mainstream artist would get, and that's crazy because people love their music.
When it comes down to the energy of the crowd, walk me through like that experience of like being when you got people there to hear you talk.
I think that the best crowds are the crowds who are there for the show.
Yes.
So I've been in all kind of crowds. I've been in crowds where people just there for partying. Oh, this nigga up there rapping. I've been there where people was just like, man, when is the nigga gonna get on there and rap? I'm trying to hear that, Yeah. But both crowds you still have to capture.
Right.
You still have to get their attention. Then you have to keep their attention. So, before I used to just perform. People just perform. We performed. Then, once I started getting with the Rockefeller niggas and seeing how they performed, it kind of woke me up and changed because it showed me, like, I seen how they captured the crowd. Even though people knew their records. Right. They still just not up there just rapping. They're doing other things. They're changing, the presence, the interactions. If you don't have a great live show, your run is gonna not be that good.
I agree.
Not longevity, because people who can perform forever. You feel me? Like that's just what it is. We went to go see Smokey Robinson at 74 years old. Put on a fucking show. You hear me? What?
He knows about showing.
Man, you feel me? Like that's what I mean. That's forever. That's forever. Artist, Smokey Robinson, an artist that is before my time, and I caught him when he was in his mid-70s, It's my first time seeing him, and it was amazing. It was amazing. One of the best shows I ever seen. Then on the flip side, so I last year in 2023, was that 2023?
23, yes.
Oh man, I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think. When did I go see? Was I see it's 2022 or 2023? One of the two. It might have been 2023. Yeah, it was last year. I caught the Kendrick Lamar tour, and I'm in the press box at the Little Caesars Arena, so I had it in this past year. And my host from the casino got me tickets, and he's an older man from Detroit, older black dude, and he like, man, for the show, man, I don't even know who these cats is, man. I'm just here doing my job, you know. I ain't go, you feel me? I don't really mess with none of this rap music. He talking like that. Man, halfway through Kendrick's show, he come up to me. He said, man, this might be the best show I ever seen, man. This motherfucker is amazing. That's how he talking to him. I'm like, bro, the barrier, man, of showmanship breaks through anybody. It transcends through any whether person listens to rap, knows the words or nothing. If you're putting on a good show and capturing a crowd, that's all that matters.
You got him after that.
You got him. I don't make. There's nothing bigger than that.
You met a lot of celebrities. Do you still get starstruck?
I really never. I got starstruck when I met Beyonce. And
how tall is she?
She's short, man.
Is she my height? Shorter than me? Taller than me?
She's shorter than me.
Okay,
she's
good.
Not that tall. She's a beautiful woman. And I was caught off guard. And I was young. I was 21, 22, somewhere like that. And it was the first time I met Jay-Z too, and he was with her. She's like, she was just with him. I didn't even know she was gonna be there. And I kind of was, you know, I definitely was frozen. She was glowing like Bruce Leroy. Glow all around her. Oh
the glow.
God. The glow. Security down there snatched me up. You quit staring at that woman like that? He gotta be about to do something.
That's awesome.
And Stevie Wonder.
That had to have been amazing.
Stevie Wonder was an out of body experience.
I still remember that photo.
Stevie Wonder was crazy. It was so dope. I called Ariel. I'm like, I'm sorry. She like, what did you do? I'm like, I'm sorry. I swear to God, I didn't mean it. What did you do? I'm like, I met Stevie Wonder. She said, you motherfucker. I'm like, she was more pissed than what she thought she would have been pissed about. I'm like, I'm sorry. That was something.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was something. And he was dope, man. He talked to us for a while, man. We had like a 20, 30-minute conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
all right, it's always been. I think he can't see, but I know some.
I think he can see. That was one of. I was about to say that. I think he can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it could be like he could see like blurs?
I'm saying that, but I mean he's been 60 years not being able to see. He's gonna be more in tune of knowing everything. So yeah, that's so. I mean, like, you know, when you're like, oh, let's take a picture. All right, he right on the camera, like he is.
Knows where to face and everything.
Oh man, he is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but
he probably is people that's hypersensitive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He been that way for so long, and like I said, his mind is not like other people's minds. So a person like that would be able to navigate more so without having sight.
I agree. You did a movie. Well, you was a part of a movie. Adam Sandler's Hustler.
Hustle.
Yeah, Hustle. I'm sorry, Hustle. That was what, back in 20. Well, it came out in 22.
It came out in 22. We filmed it in 2020.
So, you got a cameo in that. You're around. For one, you're around Adam Sandler. For one, amazing. I mean that within itself is like, you know, one of the funniest motherfuckers out there. You know, and before I gotta cut you off. I'm an Adam Sandler fan. My whole family is Adam Sandler fans. Like. And the whole time I was there, like, I just was thinking about my kids. He let me FaceTime my kids with him. With him?
With him, and they
That's
were all
dope.
asleep. They be up all night, any other night, on them damn tablets. I FaceTime each one of them, and none of them woke. That was the thing, but yeah, that was an experience, man. I'm sorry, finish with your. I don't know what the question was.
Well, it was about like being so, you know, was that like your first time like on a Hollywood budget movie set?
No. That wasn't the first time, but it was the first time on one that big.
Yeah.
That was, and it what's crazy about it is I wasn't even allowed on there. I wasn't even supposed to be on there because it was COVID.
Right, it was during that time.
You feel me?
Right.
So it was COVID. So they were like, nobody can come. Or you feel me? That's how it was. Like restrictions, you can only have a certain amount of people in a certain area in the first place, right? And we don't want to get Adam sick, so we, they're like, nobody can come. So they booked Free, and they booked Beanie Siegel. And they're like, just them two can come. No one else can come. And they kept reiterating it like every day. No one else can come. The crazy part about it, and it's just fate, and I just believe in I believe in the universe, man. I believe that, if you speak things into existence, you can create your own reality, right?
I feel that.
And I was just like, man, nothing's gonna stop me from being able to just try. Not even saying I was gonna get in the movie. A lot of things had to go right for me to even get in the movie, to even make the part. You know what I'm saying? And this was one of the things. We were getting there, we were walking up. And they got all that shit closed off. They got it gated. They got the people, the COVID people at the thing with the gate, getting through. Ain't no sneaking by or nothing.
Were they testing people? The people had to test to be on the set?
People had to test every day. Leading up to the day. So they had to test every day leading up to the day, even the day of that morning. You feel me? It was the same thing. I was on the presidential campaign with Biden, and they came and they COVID tested us every day at 6 in the morning. But yeah, as we're walking up, Adam Sandler's walking to the gate by chance. And when he walks up, man, he speaks, and he looks at me, he speaks to me, and he shook my hand, and he pulled me in.
Just like that.
That's like that, man, and that's how I got in. I didn't even question it, because it was the guy, it's him. He's like, no, come on.
That's what's up. That's
and that was
beautiful.
Dope. It was beautiful. And what's crazy is, man, I don't want to seem too crazy, but he was interacting with me like he knew me. And he wasn't doing that with everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he was doing it with everybody. He was cordial to everybody, but we had more of an interaction like we knew each other. It was dope. And then he sat me and put me in the scene, the right position, right in front of the camera. That's what we gonna do. We did like 100 takes. And I still didn't know if it would make the movie, because that's what you do. We were there from like 5 o'clock in the afternoon to 7:30 in the morning the next day. We was there the whole entire day shooting the same scene. You feel me?
And it just took that one scene
clip.
or that one clip.
Yeah, and a lot of the clips when he was promoting on his Instagram, promoting the movies, I was in a lot of those. So I'm like, man, I hope my scene gotta make the movie. He putting them clips on the joint, but I still didn't know until the premiere. And 3 months of the premiere, and he called me like, "You made it." I'm like, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
It was for one the movie was actually good too.
It was a good movie. But bigger than that, man, I got to sit on my couch and watch it with my kids and let them be like, "Oh my God, my dad is in a movie with Adam Sandler." That was dope.
That right there just gets your all butterfly and shit.
For me.
That's dope.
That was dope for me.
Obviously you do a lot of touring, you're on the road, and then when you come home, is that like a break? Like,
well, people don't realize, and I say this a lot because it's tough to fathom what I mean by this. When I'm on the road, I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people don't see it as work because of what I do. Like, nigga, you just a movie with Adam Sandler. Nigga, you're not at work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's all work.
I just see you at the BET Awards. You're not at work. Like, the BET Awards was insane work. No sleep, stress, you moving. Then people want your time when you out in those things. And then when I'm on the road, I'm not doing those things. We're trying to put ourselves in positions to be able to do those things. You know what I'm saying?
All work.
I'm working, and like on top of that, my business partner was Philadelphia Freeway, was also my friend, my best friend. He had a lot of life changes that went through. So since 2015, man, which is 9 years ago, man, he's been going through some of the worst things that people can go through. His kidneys failed. He had dialysis for 4 years. He lost most of his body weight. You know what I'm saying? It was just tough, and helping him through that just mentally, you know what I'm saying? And trying to be there for him going on. We did the Jay-Z and Beyonce on the Road 2 tour, and, it was tough for him.
I bet.
You know what I'm saying? It was tough for him.
I'm not trying to compare the two, but when I'm hearing like the backstory of his condition, it makes me think about one of my favorite producers. And they unfortunately passed away, but Jay Dilla. He had a lot of health issues, but he was still, putting stuff out. But I mean, like,
but to actually be like, what I mean is we were on the road, and he would have to be in the next city, 5 a.m. dialysis for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Right. Then after that, everybody wants your time. They want you at radio. They want you at the show extremely early to beat all the stuff. They want you there, then they want you at the after parties. They want you up all night. You're not getting no sleep. He already don't got no energy. Then you gotta fly and you go into the next place, and then you have to do dialysis again, and then you have to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
them are the behind the scenes things. Like you know, especially if just let's just say even if you're healthy, that right there is very tiring.
That's my point.
It's very tiring.
Healthy, like I said, I was healthy, and it's tiring for me. It's tough, you know. It's tough when you don't get no sleep, but you're still trying to. And it was pivotal in Free career because Free was just getting back on Rock Nation. He was trying to promote his album and establish himself like I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? And we hadn't even started Freedom Thinkers Academy yet. You know what I'm saying? That was something that he ended up starting in 2020. But before then, we still like it was still people don't know which way it's gonna go. You know, I can't speak for him, but just thinking. You know, your health is dwindling, but you have all this to do. Right. And you don't know which way none of it's gonna turn out. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to be there for him, like how I would want somebody to be there for me if that's what was going on for me. Because I know how lonely shit get. You know what I'm saying? And you know, from that to him receiving his kidney and then him losing the passing of his son and then his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Both of them, and it's like I said, you know, being there with him every day, just trying to help him through the worst times of anybody's life. You know what I'm saying? It was the worst time for anybody to go through anything like that. And Free is a strong man and a man of faith, but still, you know, it's just it's tough. So, so when the answering the question, when I come home, I be wanting some time for myself. But once I come home, everybody is like, "Nigga, you been out on the road partying."
Right.
Now where is the time for me? You know what I'm saying? I got everybody in my life. Friends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Family, relationships, everything, everybody, just, you know, sisters, brother, oh man, you can come out and you can do that. People just expect, and work, because, you know, I make money, you know what I'm saying? All of those things, you really don't have enough time for yourself. Like, no time to just, for yourself. Even just mentally, even if you're just sitting there, mentally, all those things are still fucking with you. You still doing all those things.
And see, that's the reason why I think like some of the things I be hearing about with like, you know, some of these Hollywood people, you know, when they have like mental breakdowns or whatnot, I'm like, you know, they never really have time to themselves, you know, or
even if they're alone, even if they're by themselves, your mind, a lot of people's minds can't compartmentalize a lot of those things. You can't just turn your brain off. All right, I'm done with that. I'm gonna stay from over there. Once you are there, your brain is thinking. When you going to sleep, you're restless. I wake up restless because my mind is running about all the things that I have going on. It just is like that. Like, so I know that's just something people don't understand. You know, people be asking, man, I would love to be doing those things. And then you see people like, man, what happened to this person? What happened to this person? A lot of people just shine away from that shit because it's a lot to it, you know? Yeah, I thought I wanted that. That's not what I wanted. You know,
a lot of people do that.
For sure, because I understand, man. It's definitely not for, and I'm not saying those people are weak or nothing. I'm just saying they're human.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta damn near be superhuman to be in a limelight and follow and like I said, with the dream, especially because there's so much resistance too with this. Like with me, I say this a lot of times too. People, when you tell somebody you're a rapper, they act like that's not a real job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I say, you know, come up and tell people, hey, what do you do for a living? Like, I'm a rapper. Yeah, but how do you make money? That's the thing. Right. And I've done more and made more money than you've ever done in your life or made in your life. You know what I'm saying? Just because I know how to rap. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's also a thing that people they steer away from. Like once you get to a certain, I've been doing this too long to go get me a job. Or I'm doing people. If Killer Mike didn't teach anybody anything, he should have taught you that you're never too old to do anything. 48 years old, and he swept the Grammys, which is crazy.
Swept it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Swept all the categories, album of the year. And when you listen to that album, and the album is just a great album. I'm listening to the album, it's just a great album. It's a feel-good album. This is an album that I would make. That album sounds like Violent Giant. Like, it's a great album. You know what I'm saying? It's a feel-good. The feel of the album is so good. How could it not win a Grammy? You know what I'm saying? And you only get that, man, if you in tune. You like that's how people be feeling but they don't exercise and put like Killer Mike could have quit once everybody else stopped rapping and you know what I'm saying. Dungeon Family was over and all of this stuff, but man, go on and do what make you the happiest, man. You do all these things that make you a lot less happy than your music.
He's definitely doing his thing, and also is involved with like certain like I want to say speeches, but like conferences, you know, with the political aspect of things. Like very knowledgeable person.
Knowledgeable person for sure.
I thank you for coming through.
Anytime.
Great time. How that burger treat you? All right.
It was good. I'm gonna try to get one to go.
Let's go ahead and do that. But we check you guys later on, man. All right. Signing up from the Cels Lounge. Y'all be easy.
Easy.
Up. This Henny.
Yeah, you was fucking around, so I would just have this little one. You
right.
7 big ones.